there, it's Kathy Fedke, CEO of Real Wealth Network, and I'm here in Dallas, Texas. And we're looking at a bunch of cash flow homes like this one. This home right here is $82,000 after the rehab. So we're going to see inside in just a little bit so you can see how complete the rehab is. Nothing is left for a later breakdown. Everything's replaced that needs to be replaced, so that a landlord can enjoy the cash flow coming in and not have to be dishing out a lot of cash to fix things. As you can see, Dallas is really green. A lot of times, if people haven't been to Dallas, they don't realize that there's trees and grass and neighborhoods. It's not just hay fields, although there's a lot of that too. But this is a typical rental property. I don't personally like going much higher priced than this. I don't ever like buying any rental properties over $150,000 because the cash flow just won't be there. A 3-bedroom, 2-bath is ideal. You can see we've got a group from, actually this time from Australia, who's with us here to check it out for themselves, because few people actually believe us when we say you can get a nice property for $84,000. Actually, the last one we just went to was $72,000. And again, this is after a full rehab. So let's go inside and take a look at what that means to be fully rehabbed and rent ready. Come on, let's check it out.
For instance, you see the flooring. This is an Armstrong product that we utilize. It's actually a polymer product that is almost like rubber. It wears very well. You can mop it. You can see that it looks exactly like wood floors. It's very difficult to mar this, but if it did, we can come in and we can cut one plank out instead of replacing the whole floor. It doesn't deteriorate or weather. We've been using this product for about 5 years. Every house has the exact same carpet that we use in it. For instance, we had a spot that we just absolutely couldn't clean out. We could come in and we could cut the spot out and we could seam it in, and you don't have to replace the whole room.
Well, we were surprised by Cleveland, and because Gail does all the financial, I'm just here to make sure that it happens. So no, then with all the homework that she did, she found Cleveland to be the best surprise.
Really? So what was it about Cleveland?
I guess it's the infrastructure and the returns and the growth opportunities. Gail, if you don't come in here, I'll be very disappointed. No, come on. We saw all the growth that was going on, private money, investment within the group.
It's so great. That's one of the things about these tours is you get to go to, 5 different cities, right? 5 different cities, all very different. Everybody seems to find their thing. I found a lot of people like Cleveland because I've literally had people choose Cleveland because of the art there. And that's very surprising. That's one of the #1 theater districts. And then we've had people buy in Memphis because they just liked going there for the music. People like Dallas because they see all the growth and development here. But what's great about the 5-city tour is you kind of find which area you respond to and which team you kind of relate to the best. I mean, would you say that that's coming here and actually meeting the wholesalers was helpful in knowing who you trust and who you want to work with?
Yep, definitely. And when we go back to Australia, we can then decide who to keep on investing with, and also who we then see that they would have the respect for our property. And that's what we then relate with as well.
So after 5 cities, are you exhausted? Are you done looking at property?
Not enough, bring it on. That's good.
All the wholesalers in all of the cities that Real Wealth Network visits, we find investors who individually own dozens of homes, if not hundreds. They don't need to be working anymore because the cash flow, imagine the cash flow, imagine if you own 10 homes that were all paid off and each brought in $900 a month. So, some of these guys have 20 homes, 30, 40. They really have enough cash flow every month. They don't need to work, but they do. So would you mind telling me a couple of things that you learned in the different cities that you didn't expect to learn?
They're just so different. Like I said, at first you start off going on these tours just looking for cash flow. But then, as you go from city to city, there's so many other factors, things like, the population, the activity in the area, you know, in states like Dallas, you actually get growth, which I didn't even, you know. And each state in itself is like a closed little country. I mean, if I went back to the guys in Kansas, they'd tell you all across America there is no growth.
Yeah.
So, you know, there are pockets everywhere that offer different things. It does make it a bit harder to choose, but, you know, the trip as a whole, I think is very worthwhile. It just opens your eyes.
Is it what you were expecting or more than you were expecting?
Yeah, I think it's more. It's more, and the other thing I like about it is, there's a lot of things I like about it. One is the group that you end up with, traveling with. You really end up building a rapport and learning, because they're like-minded investors. So that's really great, because you learn a lot from them. But then I also like Real Wealth's personal touch. I mean, you got a really strong team with Jessica and Ron there, and just meeting all of you and spending time. I think that's quite special. You don't get that in other seminar companies or you know, watching somebody on stage being the, you know, doing their thing. So I really appreciate that.